Before this video starts, I want to inform you, the viewer, of this layout that I'll be using. It's a new layout that I prepared for this recap and maybe for future ones as well. This will be where the day of the month of said announcement or picture takes place. This will be the status of all our games and projects. This is the current phase of BreakingVision, and this will have some additional notes or fun facts about what I'm showing. Now, before we get into 2022, I'll show around 5 minutes of the last recap to give a fresh reminder where we left off. Christmas merch. Not much, but it's just an ugly sweater. Water Tech Mist was modeled. On the 9th, the last skin for the festive update was modeled, Smoke Skulls. We'll be working on Generator X, first generation. And on December the 30th, you get this video. Hi, I'm Creeper, editing this video right now. I was off by 2 seconds! On the 2nd of January, we decided to open up some tester applications to help us out with first generation and Cosmic Chaos. From the 5th to the 6th, there has been some work done on first generation, and this includes a storyboard for the loading sequence, which I will now put side to side as a comparison. And the nanite model. On the 13th, we set up a vanity URL and sneak peeked the player's bedroom for first generation, making it the first sneak peek of the year. Later on, we set up an FAQ, or frequently asked questions, and showed off one of the labs that can be seen in the Generator X show. The rest of the month was spent on development behind the scenes and a lot of planning. Starting off February with a sneak peek on the 6th and 7th, the Bookie Pack was modeled and showcased, alongside progress, builds, and plans behind the scenes. On the 10th, I set up a stream where I would model the Rex ride for first generation. The stream has sadly not been uploaded to the Plus channel, so it's lost footage. But there was more progress on the map to show. A few days later, on the 12th, I did some minor changes to the color customization, such as adding more colors, fixing some and adjusting others. And on the same day, a Rex Ride edit was posted and it revealed the name of the Rex Ride in the actual game, that being Rex Ride. Yes, creative, I know. And a day after, I made this nice little particle for the Boogie Pack. Another stream took place on the 15th where I ended up modeling the slam cannon, big freaking sword, and a lab coat. On the 18th, I published a small game by the name of Pileup. It's basically Stack, the mobile game, but buggier. We released 2 early order game passes for first gen, alongside the final modeling stream for a while, where I start making the multi-faced Evo from episode 1. A day after, on the 28th, I brought back an old project for a revival, Bint and Repixelated. This was not shown off to the public for a very long time. I'll mention it again later in this video. Most of the month was spent on development work for Generator X first generation. To start off March, on the 1st, the multi-faced Evo was sneak peeked, but the model was not finalized, if the text wasn't clear enough. The 2nd of March, I made some concept art for a new Sonic design for Repixelated. And on the 5th, we noticed that some updates Roblox did with animations, layered clothing, and such broke most of Cosmic Chaos. It was legit unplayable. But on the same day, we came up with some new ideas such as making Feedback, Terraspin, Echo Echo, Crash Hopper, and Gray Matter unlockable, space travel, attack reworks, etc. and we showed off a new interferer model. On the day after,
Way ahead of you, Grandpa. It's hero time!
we sneak peeked this little teaser that got people hyped up, alongside some work on the map, mostly the desert and the process of making feedback. On the 8th, I made a Omtrix pod tracking system. On the 9th, I sneak peeked the Cosmic Tricks, aka the only Omtrix you would have in the game, besides the skins of course. And then on the 10th, we had more issues since Roblox had an audio update, where you can't use other people's audios anymore. Yeah. Speaking of audio, on the 11th, this little fella was modeled, just not sneak peek. And we had more plans in mind, such as Diamond Head getting Shard Hand to boost attack and abilities, He blessed with some fire boomerangs, upgrade in a car form, Ghost Freak getting claw melee, and more that would take too long to read out. So on the 15th, Cosmic Chaos was closed for development, and behind the scenes some changes have been made to Diamond Head's E ability. On the 17th, the desert was finalized and sneak peeked. On the 18th, the new transformation particles were shown off. And finally, on the game's anniversary, we showed off the biggest twist we had coming, that is Echo Echo. Throughout the year of Cosmic Chaos, we always stated that we're going in the show order, so this was a huge leap. Too bad Cosmic Chaos couldn't be there for its own anniversary. Anyways, the day after, I showed off a more clear picture of the model itself in sneak peeks, and the day after that, I showed off 2 remastered particles for 2 different abilities. And then on the 26th, I posted this video. The rest of the month was spent on working on Cosmic Chaos behind the scenes. Just gonna put this out here, there was no April Fool's prank. Moving on. The future of Penta and Cosmic Chaos was bright. On the 6th, we showed off an RC car that Upgrade could take over, and we released some new Ghost Freak merch that is still up to this moment of recording. Tomorrow, on the 7th,
Hold up, I gotta sneeze real quick.
no more Project 10, you cannot play it, it is content deleted. Ben 10 fan games are gone, and I am fine with that. And they forced the workers over at Warner Brothers to get more strict with their copyright. They took down as much as they can. Yeah, Warner Brothers got merged with Discovery, and now they want us dead. Big deal. I decided that this time I should look on the bright side of another Ben 10 game of mine not seeing the light of day ever again. Anyways, being the calm-headed person I am, I, alongside my team, which were panicking, decided to continue the Cosmic Chaos title under a different brand. Our brand. But this does also mean that First Generation and Repixelated are cancelled, and now replaced with a new game idea. SmokeBomb. Originally had the placeholder name of Project Ninja, is a game inspired by Randy Cunningham 9th Grade Ninja. We also had this thread filled up with some stuff that were in sneak peek before getting cancelled. On the 11th, we showed off the Scarf Grapple move for SmokeBomb, and on the same day we showed off Statric, the first L5 Cosmic Chaos alien to be modeled. Now, I should mention this model is now old and considered a prototype, but hey, the 24-hour test only came 7 days after the announcement. On the 20th, we posted this video. And updated our Twitter banner. On the 24th, we uploaded a 2-parter issue for the spin-off series inside of the Mighty Kids universe called Furious 4. And a few days later, on the 27th, we showed off the L5s, advanced glove tech that can transform the user into different forms for battle advantages by smacking their knuckles together and activating. This was somewhat of a short but stressful month. On to May. On the 2nd of May, Toxicat was being modeled up until the 6th and 7th, and then the day after, on the 8th, I showed the staff team my concept of Obsidian. On the 12th, Obsidian started to get modeled until the 15th of May, but he wouldn't be sneak peeked up until the 22nd. On the 23rd, we released a small minigame called Tic Tac 3D, which people always confuse the name of. Following this, on the 24th, some concepts for rage forms for SmokeBomb were made and the base structure for the Norrisville High School was built. And finally, on the 28th, we showcased the new transformation particles and the idle animations for both Obsidian and Toxicat. And for the rest of the month, I was developing for L5 Cosmic Chaos. Starting off June, we showed off both the auto aim system for SmokeBomb and the prototype swinging mechanic. Look at that. The player has a throw animation for swinging. We've had a bit of behind the scenes work on L5 content, but alas, bad issues. One of our old games from Only Upgrading that has been greenlit for an eventual revive. There's not a lot to show at the moment since we want to develop the characters and story correctly, since we're focusing on some other projects at the moment. Here's an exclusive sneak peek for this video. Most of July consisted of behind the scenes work for L5 and SmokeBomb, such as the map. There was also a new issue released for Mighty Kids, issue number 4, named Gray and Stray. And there was also a pre-order for both SmokeBomb game passes. Am I forgetting something else? Anyways, yeah, very short month. Also, merch. For August, I decided to start a very small project by the name of Placeholder. It would be a game all about selecting different powers, abilities, perks, and gears, and just fight or mess around. It's basically the project that I go to when I want to turn an idea into reality. It did release on August 13th and people were very neutral about it. But yeah, most of August consisted of map work, L5 BTS stuff, me making props, making Placeholder functional, which is now called Sandbox Mayhem. On the 26th, we had a sneak peek that shows off the bus stop quick travel and the ninja customization, and the release of the 5th issue named Early Easter. I also made a quick loading screen storyboard on the 28th. Here's a side-by-side of the finished beta product and the concept. Starting off September, we had this map showcase that showed off more of the map that people couldn't see. For size reference, here's the map in July, and here's the map in September. Anywho, later on the 4th, I started conceptualizing the ability switching mechanic for SmokeBomb, and later on at the 10th, I made a simple design for the keybind swapping. But on the 15th, we had our first Mighty Day. A year ago, Mighty Kids The Glitch Within got published, and a year later, it's being revamped. Also, an official release date for SmokeBomb. You know what that means. SmokeBomb. It got released. While yes, it's still in beta and there doesn't seem to be a lot of players playing it, we do like it and we will continue developing for it until we say otherwise. On the 3rd, we released some limited merch items and some normal merch items alongside a Halloween themed wallpaper that goes along with the release of SmokeBomb. Oh yeah, L5 stuff being worked on as well, but you won't get to see what it is yet. But you know what you would get to see? These ninja rings. Our next SmokeBomb update will include combat, so it would only make sense. And finally, happy Halloween. No one has figured out what this sneak peek means yet. We're getting close to the end of the year. On the 24th, we put the SmokeBomb Game Passes on 50% sale and publicly showed off the ninja rings. On the 28th, we revealed that we're working on a holiday-themed SmokeBomb update. And then... of Havoc, yeah. Ben 10 Cosmic Chaos alongside some other Ben 10 games have returned on the Roblox platform. But this one had a big name change that makes it slightly unrecognizable. We don't know how long it will stay up for, but don't be shy to find out yourself. Game link will be in the description. Oh yeah, L5 is still a thing nonetheless, and we still did stuff behind the scenes. On the 2nd of December, the SnoWBomb 2022 event has been released, and so far only 18 people have gotten it. This event will only last until the 2nd of January and will give exclusive skins for weapons and ninja suits that will never be obtainable ever again. Meanwhile, for Half Havoc on the 8th, there was the snowy biome update where a portal opened near the city and spewed out some snow. Probably from SmokeBomb. But what do I know? There's also a present that lets you purchase the Christmas skins from last year to whoever needs to re-unlock them. And then on the 15th, I added a new weapon/power to Sandbox Mayhem called Blue Booster Hammer, followed by the announcement of the custom alien contest for Half Havoc. And finally, to wrap up this year, for the 30th, you get this video. I'm Casey, the one editing this video right now, and see you guys next year.